All right, man. It might be time for Saddiq Bey and Killian Hayes to cash in or get out. All right, Keldon Johnson, he got his rookie extension. After next season, Saddiq Bey and Killian Hayes will be eligible for their rookie extensions as well too. And obviously, you don't want nothing cheap. I mean, Keldon Johnson got an 80-year deal, so that could set the market for Saddiq Bey. Now, I don't know much about Keldon Johnson. He was the draftee, according to the article, the year before Saddiq Bey, and he got 4 years, $80 million. So that's $20 million a year. You got to ask yourself, is Saddiq Bey worth $20 million a year? And you got to ask yourself without being emotional. That's the question. Without being emotional, can you plug somebody in to do what Saddiq Bey do at a cheaper price? And Calvin Johnson's averaging 17 points a game, 6 rebounds, 2.1 assists, 46.6% from the field last season, and just under 2.2 under 40% 3-point percentage. So sound like somebody they want to be building around. So yeah, that's why a lot of people don't understand. You can't be emotional when making these type of contracts. You know, and like I said, a lot of the lack of Saddiq Bey's development, a lot of it lies on the simple fact that Dwayne Casey is underutilized. So there's a lot of people that's going to defend Dwayne Casey, but simply he's just not a good coach in my opinion. And the proof's in the pudding. 23 wins last season, 20 wins before that, and I think 20 wins before that season. He ain't gonna make these young guys. He's probably developing them as best as he can, but he's not. You're not gonna win ball like the ball games that y'all want to win. You're not gonna win with him. You know, that's just my honest opinion on it. He's one of the biggest issues I got with him is he not utilizing Saddiq Bey to the best of Saddiq Bey's abilities. So does this contract may have set the market for Killian Hayes. So I mean for Kay Cunningham and Killian Hayes, he got a contract coming in, so it's really do or die. And I don't think Saddiq Bey has done enough to warrant that type of contract. Well, then again, it's not his fault though. It's not his fault. You ask yourself if last year goes the way it went, this year goes the way it went last year, and at the end of the day, all you're doing is asking him to stretch the floor. Can I go out there and find a 3 and D guy for cheaper? You know, can't you go out and find somebody at that position that's going to defend and catch and shoot? If we're not going to utilize Saddiq Bey putting the ball on the floor, we're not going to utilize his playmaking ability. We're not going to utilize his offensive ISO, package that he got. We're not going to utilize him, cutting and moving. We're just going to send him at the 3-point line and say catch and shoot. Can we go out there and do cheaper? Can we go out there and do better for cheaper? I mean, you just need a 3 and D guy out there. Somebody's going to defend like Bruce Bowen and hit a corner three or wing three. You can get that for cheap. So shout out to Alex again, Aaron, Keller Stress with another great article. PistonPower.com said Detroit Lions are a year away from a possible rookie extension for Forrest Saddiq Bey. The Pistons have a really good payroll situation, and Bey will likely be the first of their young players to get the first big contract. He's played well in his 2 seasons, but his a breakout year, sorry for my nephew crying, could put him into the conversation for a max deal. Either way, he's going to get paid. The recent contract giving us an idea how much. Calvin Johnson came into the league a year before Saddiq Bey recently signed an extension with San Antonio Spurs for 4 years, $80 million. Rich Paul Clutch is his agent. Like Bey Johnson's not a household name to catch any big fans, but just got a nice contract after third year in the league. And if he took, we look at two players, there are a lot of similarities. Pistons, I mean Bey and Johnson, both fours were taken in their first round of the draft. Saddiq was 19 for 2020. Calvin Johnson was 29th the year before. Johnson's younger than Bey, even though he's been in the league 1 year longer. And after his rookie season, he's played only 17 games, but he's put together 2 seasons are very similar statistically to Killian Hayes. They said this is especially true last season when the numbers were pretty close. Johnson averaged 17, 6, and 2 assists per game, shooting 39.8% for 3-point lines and 5.3 attempts, 46 overall. He had a 2.9 offensive win share, 2 defensive win shares. Who cares about all that? Bey was 16 points, 5.4, 2 points. So their numbers are statistically pretty the same. So I mean that's the going rate right now. That's the going rate for, 10 million. 20 is the new 10 million. But at the end of the day, if I'm gonna pay him $20 million a year, I need him to break. I need him to do more. I'm sorry. I need him to do more. And that's the biggest thing about it. I need him to do more. It ain't his fault, but I need more out of him. We've seen the 51-point game what he can do if you call his number and allow him to be aggressive. So they got a club option on him next year, so they can extend him one more year. So they don't have to pay him after next year. They can just they can exercise that club option. So they got 2 years, so they have to extend him. So so yeah, they can just extend him off the hump, but maybe they think the numbers might go up. You know what I'm saying? So you can pay him 20 right now, but if you wait a year, you probably gonna have to pay him 25. So yeah, Calvin Johnson got one more year. His extension probably don't kick in till to after next season. So yeah, you don't have to pay him. So you got 2 more years looking at him. It's the same thing with Killian Hayes as well too. You got a decision to make on Saddiq Bey and Killian Hayes. Are you gonna pay him right now, or you gonna make him prove it? That's the question. Have they done enough? Have they done enough to earn it? That's your question. Have they done enough to earn their pay? And my question is, you look at Calvin Johnson and what he's done in San Antonio. Like, I never heard of him, honestly. For real, I remember he got drafted, but I really don't keep tabs on San Antonio's game. But apparently, he on the up and up, and a lot of people think Saddiq Bey is going to be on the up and up. So they got to start utilizing Saddiq Bey he can literally do everything. You know, he literally can do everything. You know, you know. So they need to start acting like it. So that's my thing. They need to start using him like he a $20 million player. You know, you know. So that's my thing about it. They need to start utilizing. But same thing for the CD Bay. For Killian Hayes, they literally can decline the club option on Killian Hayes and it could be over. And if you thinking rational, that's exactly what should happen. They should decline the option on Killian Hayes if you don't get it together this year. Easily. Easily. You know, easily. That's what they should do. But if he don't step it up this year, I mean, like I said before, it should be a wrap. It should be a wrap. So, it's no ill will. People make it personal. Like, oh, you just hating on Killian Hayes. Like, what am I hating on for? I'm just giving a basketball opinion. But Saddiq Bey got to do a little bit more to earn the early rookie extension too. In my opinion, he got to do a little bit more. He got to be a better, more consistent shooter. You know, he gotta be a better knockdown shooter. Dwayne Casey got to take the shackles off of him and allow him to be the player that he can be and showcase his skills. And that's passing, posting, creating his own shot, getting people off the dribble, cutting to the basket, calling his number off the catch and shoot. They got to allow him to be at his best. They got to allow him to be at his best. If you're not going to utilize him that way, then you know what? We can trade him at the deadline and get a player in here that can just, defense and just spread and stretch the floor. Because you're hurting his stock by allowing him just to sit at the corner or sit on the wing and wait for somebody else to finish their office and then, start getting shots in the middle of the first and second quarter and he cold. He he brings a lot more. He brings a lot more to the team than just a shooter. And he need to brush up on his he needs to brush up on his on his defense a lot too. He could be a lot better defender. He'd be getting cooked. But for Killian Hayes, he just got to show a pulse. But at this point, do you pay Killian Hayes at this point? No matter what he showed, because he ain't gonna crack the starting lineup regardless. Unless Jaden Ivey just get injured, he just ain't that guy. You know, and that very may well it could be the case. You never know. But at this point, Killian is when they was interested in Tosh Jones and all them other guards, and they drafted Jaden Ivey. It's to the point where it's time to end the experiment down there. Come on, it's time to end the experiment. But you can keep him around, see if it click, but it don't look like it's gonna click for him. If it don't click this offseason, going to next season, it don't click. But it's about time to start thinking about these dudes getting paid. So time to think about showing them the money. And they got decisions to make. You can't make it emotional. You can't make it family. You can't make it about we brothers, we love each other. You gotta ask yourself. Can we get some more out of Saddiq Bey? And if you don't feel like you can find somebody else that get it here in 3-and-D. So let's let him showcase his talent. Let's let him showcase his talent. Let's call plays. And like I said, he should have more plays called for him in the beginning of the game than anybody. He should be the number one option going into next season. Because Cade Cunningham can get his shot and heat up at any point in the game. Saddiq Bey number should be called time and time again next season. If it's isolations on the wing early on, if it's coming off cuts, if it's coming off the back door, if it's coming off pin downs and curls and on backdoor catch and shoots like Rip Hamilton, they should call that number all day. He should lead the team in shot attempts in the first 2 quarters. So Killian Hayes, we'll see, man. But maybe it's an emotional attachment, but maybe he get paid next year. I don't really see keeping Killian Hayes along, past next year if we don't have to. It's just time to split ways. It's time to split time with Sekou Doumbouya. But I understand if they still want to keep him around and see if he develop. He is a top 10 pick, so you don't want to give up on him too early. But he ain't showing us no probable cause to keep him around. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, subscribe button, it's the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to notifications. We go live and drop a video. Financially, want to support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. I'll hit my link tree. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can reach out there if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. All my information is there. Financially, want to support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. All that's inside the link tree, plus my Spotify and Anchor. Make sure you follow me on Spotify, rate me there. Appreciate the love, support. Check out Detroit Pistons top players for more videos like this. Peace.